My name is Alissa Widman Neese. I am a Metro reporter at the Columbus Dispatch. Being a journalist today is most likely very different than it was maybe 10, 15 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago. Today, it's definitely not just writing about the news. That might be my responsibility in terms of the job description, but that description is always changing. We have to be able to adapt to changes that are happening in our field. Specifically, that means being able to report the news online, being up to date on different forms of social media, and other things that will help us promote ourselves. I think today, because you're competing against so many different people and so many different outlets online for attention, promoting your work is almost just as important as actually writing today. So a lot of different things play into what it means to be a journalist. I think one misconception about journalists actually relates to the field itself. I think some people think that journalism is dying, that people might not be interested in journalism anymore. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that there are many people who are still interested in this field. There are still jobs available for people who are willing to work hard and learn the skills they need to. And I think it's just as important today as it's ever been because of all the opportunities that are available online through digital journalism. I think another misconception about journalism has to do with the intent of a journalist. I think people typically assume that a journalist has some sort of bias, agenda, a political bias that might motivate what they're doing. The reason we do this isn't because we are trying to further some sort of agenda. The reason we're doing this is because this is an amazing responsibility we have to keep communities informed and to serve as really watchdogs for citizens and different communities. Some tips for students who might be considering a journalism major. I believe the most important thing is to get as much experience as you can as quickly as possible. And that's not just taking your classes, but getting involved in extracurricular activities that will broaden your experiences, whether it's a student newspaper, a student-led TV station, or online news medium. Getting involved in student organizations and clubs. I think that's all very important because in this field, you're going to learn the most important skills out on the job, encountering things that are real-world experiences. Internships also play a very big part in that and making sure you're able to make connections and network early and get to know the people in the field who can help you when you're looking for jobs later down the line. I think another important thing to think about if you're considering going into journalism is why you want to go into the field. It is a field that is very challenging. It can sometimes be difficult, but it's very rewarding once you get into the field and you're able to start doing the work that you love. And if you're going into that for that reason, if you really love what you do, then it's one of the best decisions you can ever make. You won't regret it.